Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name's Leonie, aka Stitching Noni. This is FlossTube number 23 for me, and it is Monday the 25th of March. So I'm back again. I had a video upload just recently, which took sort of like about 2 weeks from start to finish and uploading with various issues. Took me 2 days to record I recorded over two recording sessions. I then had to edit it, and that took me ages for some reason. It's just timing issues. Then I tried to upload it twice. Failed the first time because laptop decided to do updates in the middle of the night while I was uploading. The second time took about 7.5, 8 hours or something to upload, and I got up in the morning thinking, oh no, it didn't upload, but it was just in its last bits of processing, so thank goodness for that, it did do it. This one hopefully will be shorter, so I shouldn't have, hopefully, those issues. Let's pop that down there. Okay, so, where do I start? First, I've got a Hogwarts t-shirt. Just for those of us in Magical Stitches. So Kmart in Western Australia at least has these Hogwarts team captain t-shirts out at the moment for I think they're 10 or 12 bucks. So get out there, get them if you need them. That's the only bit of selling we will do on this channel. And it's not really selling or promotion, it's promotional, isn't it? So anyway, what have I got written down here today? I've got a few notes. I just quickly did some notes before I came on to try and have a plan, but you know, plans, they don't really work, but let's see how we go. So as I said, it is Monday the 25th of March. This is FlossTube number 23. So welcome back if you've been here before, and welcome if you're new, and I hope you all enjoy what I've got to show this time around. It's a little bit of a mix of stuff, as there always is with me. Yeah, hashtag Magical Stitches is ruling my life. I think I've said that in the last couple of videos. I suspect everybody is saying that at the moment that's involved in this. It's such fun, it really is. I know I've seen a couple of posts in the group that people are starting to get a bit overwhelmed with it and a bit scared of the fact that, or upset that they're not doing all the challenges. And seriously, it's just for fun. Now, if you're one of those people who's watching this video and is stressing because you can't do the challenges, don't worry about it. Seriously, it is really just a bit of fun. If you can't do it, just do whatever you need to do. You know, if you can't, like I didn't complete all my weekly challenges this time around. It was impossible for me this time around. I'll tell you as we get there. I have done a couple of the monthly ones so far, but I didn't get my weekly one done. This week's homework, I'll tell you about at the end, and chances are I might not get that done because we've got stuff going on over the weekend. So if I haven't got a full Saturday and Sunday afternoon, I don't get all my hours of stitching in either. So, but I'm not stressing. As much as I want to do the right thing by everyone in the group, you can only do what you can do, and it's supposed to be fun. So please, whoever, if you're watching and you're getting worried about it, don't stress. Just have the fun. So, okay. So where were we at? We're starting with whips, which I've got a few. Some you've seen before, some you may not have seen before, or at least for a long time. I've also got finish, little one, but it's a finish. And I've got 2 new starts at the end of the month, or this week, that I'll be doing. So I'll talk to you about those. Little tiny weeny bit of haul. What to do? Oh, it's there on my lap. So yeah, let's get into it. So this is my whip update from the 11th of March, which was when I did my last video. I'm trying to think of words. Up until last night. And then I'll quickly tell you potentially what I'm doing today. Well, I know what I'm doing today. So here we go. What did we have? So this is, so basically, as I said, 11th of March to the 24th of March includes a weekend for International Herman and Stitch Weekend, which those in the Facebook group or blog world know what that's all about. So essentially just stitch for 3 days and don't do anything else, or as much as you can do, and stitchathon. So International Herman and Stitch Weekend is something that started in the blog world, is now for a Facebook group, but or it's in the Whipocalypse group, but also it's similar to Stitchathon and Cross Stitch Finish Line, so same idea. I also tried to keep up with Stitch Mania sales where I could, and also the cross stitch finish line sales where I could. So they will, you know, factor in 1 or 2 magical stitches and those sorts of things. What did I do? So I managed to do year 3, week 3 homework, and as I said, I didn't quite get week 4 finished, and I've done also a couple of extra credit finishes. So let's start with what we've got. Now, I did show you on my last video that I was stitching on my Paula Vaughan, and I did a bit more stitching on it that night. So that was the Porch Swing, which is this one here. And I was doing this for Magical Stitches, the turn back time bit, whatever it was, weekly credit thingy, monthly credit, whatever it was. And I'm going to have a cat probably knock over the phone in a minute, hopefully not. So here it is now, where it is. Now, I should have checked because I can't remember how much more I did on, what was it, the 11th and the 12th. So yeah, it was the extra credit turning back time, that's right. So probably, what did I do? I think I mainly did in here. But I will put in the before and after photo, or the before photo, so you can see where it was at on the 11th and how much. But I'm pretty sure I just focused on here. So I did manage to get 522 stitches done for that particular extra credit. You only needed 500, so I got 522, so that was pretty good. It is going to probably stay out, and I'll see if I can do it, because I'm using this for the yearly credit, so who knows, might be able to manage to get a little bit more done on it, but I'm not going to hold my breath, as we say. That is on Jodery Designs fabric. It's called Year of the Rooster. And I'll put the little thing down the bottom, you know, like I did the other day. So that was Monday and Tuesday stitching on the 11th and the 12th. On the Wednesday the 13th, Friday the 15th, Saturday the 16th, and then yesterday, I worked on Coffee Saves Lives. So this is the Heartstring Samplery design, which was the Magical Elixir Series Part 1. So I'm working on this one. I started this some time ago, and it's actually getting quite a good amount of love at the moment. It's still on the Q-snap at the moment. And here it is. So I have been I did a little bit up here on the border because I'm trying to do this for the extra credit border sale. So I'm not stitching on the border for anything else other than that. So I have done a little bit on there. It's only about 56 stitches or something, 58 stitches. But I've done all the lettering. I've done this row here and this row here. So this essentially is a page break. So that is ended up being quite a number of stitches. So I did 350 stitches for brown, so that's what all the lettering was. And then I had to do another 200, so I did another 220 for the week 4 arithmancy class, or arithmetic class, essentially. So I did them and those couple of letters there, which gave me the 220. This is on Gold Digger by Colour Cascade, and it's a 32 count Lugana. No, 28 Lugana. You know what? I'll put it down the bottom as I do. I can never remember. And I'm doing it all in the call for thread. Yeah, it's 28 because I'm doing it 2 threads over 2. So I'm really just loving how this is turning out. So again, it's staying on the Q-snap because I'm hoping to do a little bit more on that one if I can over the next few days. Then, so that was 300 stitches for the shades of brown, which was the chocolate week, and it was also, as I said, the arithmancy letters and numbers part. Then I also pulled out Autumn Bird, which is a Satsuma Street design. So that's one half. little bit of the other half. Yeah. So it's from a magazine. I had got this out of the Cross Stitch Crazy magazine. So this is a Satsuma Street, which I have been working on for quite some time. You've seen it once or twice before. It's all in DMC, and here it is. Now, oops, upside down. Here he is. So for the Sal, I had to do, what did we do? Oh, this was my Magical Stitches animal with claws or talons. Well, birds have claws. So I worked on my bird, and I think I must have done some extra leaf work, I think, from memory. But again, I'll show you a before picture so you can see how far we've got. This is just on, it's actually a blue, it's a bluey sort of colour, and it's just a very plain even weave, just something I had in my stash when I started. Again, I started this a couple of years ago, and one day it will get finished. It is what it is. It's good for block stitching. I'm also, I do want to stitch a bit more on this because Stitch Mania, the designer sale this month is Satsuma Street, so hopefully I'll get a bit more done on that one. So then we come to Monday the 18th and Tuesday the 19th, which essentially was last week. We had a new little weekly homework coming out, which was all about the classes that you take at Hogwarts. So you had to do a minimum of 3 tasks, and you had to do 200 stitches on each of those classes. There was 5 classes in total. If you did the 5, you got bonus. So that's why I'm not stressing too much that I didn't do my full 5. I did 4, and I failed on the 5th. So for my first class that I took, I decided I would do a divination, so i.e. fortune telling and that sort of thing. One of the good ways to tell a fortune is through tea leaves, and I had the perfect little thing that needed some work on it. So this is actually called Enjoy the Moment. It's a Gal Boosie design, but I'm calling it my teacup sampler. This came from the Cross Stitch Collection issue May 2011. And I started this last year from memory, but again I'll put it down the bottom and let you know, and this is where it's at now. I will do a before picture, and you will see that all I had done before was just a little bit of the blue in the center, and now I have basically got almost a whole teacup, which was quite good. Hopefully it'll focus on that a bit more. So that was 200 stitches. I think it was actually a little bit more. It's 220. This is on Pixie Kiss, 28 count garnet from Hand Dyed by Stephanie. So it should look quite pretty when it's finished. It's a very pretty little piece of fabric. That I also, I got the big shoehorn out with that one, and Stitch Mania at the moment's got the March Madness sale on, which each day is a different challenge. So the first day was on the 18th, and it was to do with, to stitch on something to do with sport. Well, because I wanted to focus on that, I was like, how am I going to get this one to work? And so what I ended up doing, sorry, it was the 19th, it was Tuesday the 19th it started. So what I've decided, my thinking for that one was, cricket players have an afternoon tea break where they drink a cup of tea. People in a very civilised world go and watch the cricket and drink tea. In Australia, we drink beer, wine, whatever. But civilised people drink tea. So that's what I was thinking. I'm sure it works. And other people drink tea when they go to sports events, or coffee or something. So yeah, hot drink. So that was thinking. Wednesday the 20th, I did my Ancient Runes class, and I decided I would work on my Dog House Sampler by Little House Needleworks. This also fitted in for the day, Wednesday, in this March Madness sale, because I had to work on something to do with the letters N, C or A. Needleworks, the name, yeah, Needleworks is starts with N, and it's in the name of the designer. So this is my little doghouse sampler. This is where he's at the moment. So I worked on puppy dog. Put some brown, oops, get that out of the way. Put some brown in here, around there, and I started on the fence and I did the X. So this actually I did over a couple of days. So I didn't just do it all on the Wednesday. I did have it out again on the 23rd, and I did 214 stitches all up out for the 200. And this is just on a piece of green even weave. And on this side is going the cat house, or the cat sample, or whatever it's called. So yeah, so well, they'll both end up being together then on the same piece of fabric. Again, I will put in a before picture for that one. We then came to Thursday and Friday. So Thursday the 21st, Friday the 22nd. So this was where I had to sort of think, well, what am I going to do next? I had, I've made a boo-boo there somewhere. I don't know what I've done. I've made a boo-boo. 14th of March. Oh yeah, that's all right. That's fine. That's fine. I just remembered I had to finish, but that was the week before, so I'll show you that when we get to this. So this is a Maya kit, and it's called Temple View. This I used for my another extra credits, and the extra credits I used it for was the one 200 stitches on something that sucks the life out of you. This project sucks the life out of me because there's all these half stitches in here, and I made a boo-boo in here somewhere, which I've got to frog all that out and fix it, which I will do, but I didn't do it this time around. And the reason I pulled this out, the main reason, was it was the Holi celebration in Stitch Mania, so the Indian celebration of colour. And even though this doesn't have a lot of colour, it's got some pretty bright pink. So I stitched so I had that pink, and I'd done all that green before, but you can't quite see it because obviously it's going to be a bit hard to see. But I did a whole bunch of white stitches, and I'm losing everything on the floor. And you'll see the white stitches. No, you can't really, but believe me, there is some white stitches in here where that pink is. So I've done a whole bunch of white stitches there, and I did a little bit of extra pink. But again, I'll put a before and after picture in it. But yeah, you can't quite see the white because, of course, it's white on, oh, there we go, white on white. You can never see white on white. But it's there. So somewhere here I've miscounted by one on there, so I've got to just take these out and fix all that up, but that's okay. It's only half stitches. We'll do it at some point. So I did that for 2 days. I also used it for the Stitch Mania March Madness sale because that day was for the number 2. And this is the second pattern in this series. There's actually another one which I've also got. And I think, if I remember rightly, it was also, I'm pretty sure when I looked at the chart, I won't pull the chart out now, but I think it was published in 2002 as well, because I remember there was 2 things I got the number 2 out of, and I was really quite pleased with that. So that was that. Friday the 22nd, I went back to my weekly stitching. You can see why I probably didn't get my weekly stitching finished, because I sort of was trying to juggle a few things and do a couple of other sales. And I thought, to be honest, that I would have time on the weekend to finish my weekly, but I didn't. But that's okay. So on Friday, we had, what did we have? Oh, that's right. So Stitch Mania, the sale, the challenge, I should take this out. The challenge for the Sports Mad one was specialty stitches. So I pulled out Holly House, which I'm hoping to get finished by the end of this month. And I just did a few more leaf stitches. I was going to, this is supposed to be one I'm working on every day this month, but it just, well, yeah, it didn't happen. But I did those leaf stitches up the top. So I haven't really got a lot more to do. I've just got to go down the other side, up to that corner, down that side. They don't take long to do, and then there's some beads to go in the gaps where the leaf stitches are in here. So I'll do that and put a date on it. And that's it. So hopefully I can get that finished this month. Not that we've got long to go. Who knows? My weekends, I'll tell you about them in a minute. But so that was that one. So I also pulled out for Muggle Studies. Now, Muggle Studies was probably the one, I'll just grab my tea. It was the one I spent the most time thinking about how the hell am I going to do this one. And I read through what everybody was asking for, yes, no's, whatever. And in the end, I saw somebody had said, is Santa Claus? Because I was thinking Christmas. And I went, no. They must have celebrated Christmas at Hogwarts because people went home and there was that one where Ron and Harry got jumpers. So I thought, well, Christmas won't work. But then somebody said, can you do Santa? And I thought, I can do Santa because I have a Santa. So I used my Ye Old Santa for this one. It's the Mill Hill kit. Also means that I could use it for the Stitch Mania Christmas sale at the moment because this month is red and green and it worked for that. And here he is. So while hubby was watching some stupid action movie, I can't remember what it's called, not the Final Frontier, something. It was a bit silly, but he was watching that. I was doing this. So I got the white in, I got all the white and the yellow, I got his feet in, I got all that red and most of that green in here because I had a little bit of green and red just there. So I got all of that done and that worked out to be 206 stitches. Yes! So that one was really good. That went really quickly on Saturday afternoon. I think it was Saturday. Yes, Saturday afternoon. Because Saturday afternoon I also finished off the dog sampler one and we had a little side challenge, a 24-hour thing called the Night Bus, and a team event. Team had to get 1900 stitches. I'll put that back in a minute. 1900 stitches in 24 hours. Well, you know, I didn't see it until it was halfway through because of time zones and not getting onto Facebook and, you know, all that sort of stuff. So I wanted to focus. In Hufflepuff they said focus on your weekly one and then if you get time do these. So I focused on that and then quickly Saturday night before I went to bed I did an extra 66 stitches in the doghouse sampler, which was the actual fence, to just so I could say I have managed to do something for that challenge. But that was it. Then we come to yesterday. Now I showed you Coffee Saves Lives, so I finished up working on Coffee Saves Lives yesterday and did the 220 stitches for that arithmancy. And then it came to the one last class, which was Care of Magical Creatures. So of course I had to bring this one out, didn't I? My love-hate relationship with the Lakeside Fantasy Sale. I should not have left this to the last one. I should have known. So I thought, oh, I'll work on one of these little things. And I thought, well, I'll work on the mermaid because she's a magical creature. I've got a unicorn and I've got a phoenix. So I thought, no, mermaid's not had any love recently when I've brought it out. I've been focusing on the phoenix every time. So I thought, well, I'll work on that. So all of green went in. Well, yeah. So anyway, I'm working on the darker green while we're watching reruns of Game of Thrones. And then I realised that somewhere in here, I think I'm out by one row. I think I've gone sort of like 2 and then 3, and I should have gone 2, 2 or whatever it was. So I might be able to fudge, so that's fine. But then I'm doing this and I went to do the next colour because I still had 60 stitches to go. This was 141 stitches. That's all the wrong shade of green. The dark green is all wrong. It should have been, what colour? Yeah, I think it should have been that lighter green in there. I think, can't remember now. And I went, no, I'm not pulling that out. This was like 9 o'clock at night, and I went, what's the point of pulling it out now? Because I'll pull it out, redo those 40 odd stitches, and then I'm still going to be behind and I'm not going to get it done. So I just took a photo, added it to the event and said, failed. This is the 141 stitches, but because I'm going to have to pull all that out, I'm stopping on that one. And I haven't got time to do it because obviously, you know, the event finishes during the day, Monday, my time, and I'm at work, so I didn't have time to actually do it. So I'm a bit bummed that I didn't finish that in the end. It's about the only weekly one I haven't finished, so I'm a little bit bummed about that. But, you know, it is life. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So, that brings us to a finish. So I have mentioned before Cross Off Christmas, which is this one, and it's a My Big Toe Designs one, and it's just done in the dark blue and the, well, actually this was designed in the grey blues and stuff, I think. Yeah, 932 and 930 it was designed for, but I decided to do it on silk. And lo and behold, here's my finish. So this is 1/2 on 36 count feldspar by Picture This Plus, and using Silks for You silks. So the dark blue didn't have a lot of variegation in, but you can see the lighter blue had some sort of purpley variegation, but I actually think it sort of doesn't look too bad. Probably not. It probably would have been better if it was more, if I'd fussy cut and got more of the light blue, but it still looks okay. So I'm quite pleased with that. So I finished that one on the 14th of March. I knew I was so close to finishing, I just took some time out and quickly finished it so I could at least say I've got to finish this month. One of my ornies is done. So I've still got ornies to do, so if I finish Holly House, that'll be good. I've got 2 other ornies sitting over there, and I was supposed to start another couple already for this month, and I just haven't done them. But they'll get there. It is what it is. Okay, so in the period from the 11th to the 24th, I haven't had a new start, but I've got 2 coming up. So today it is Emily C's birthday, and so for the month of March she was doing a birthday sale for Goat Load. And I hadn't started it before now because I'm just going down 2 seconds because I dropped something on the floor. So I haven't started it before now for one reason or another, but I'm definitely starting it tonight, and I have my fabric ready. I was originally going to do this in DMC, and then I went, you know what, I'm going to get the colours for it because I had to do an order, so I decided to get the colours. So this is, I'm sure you've seen it 100 million times, Plum Street Samplers, and it is Goat Load, and I have got all the threads, and so all the threads, and I'm doing it in 36 count Picture This Plus Oaken, which I've cut, ready to go, and that is the called for fabric. But of course, in the picture, it looks so much lighter. Doesn't look like that at all. Doesn't look like that at all. So I've cut off the lightest part of it. I think that's probably the more lighter one. Let's see how we go with that. But then I also have another little start that I'm going to be doing. And as of, I think it's either the 31st, 29th or the 31st, I think it's the 31st, in the Sheep Loving Stitches or something, a Facebook group, we are going to do a sale for this one. Well, it's not just this one. There was, I think, 4 different choices. This one I chose to do. And I'm going to probably use a bit of feldspar, I think, for it. It calls for Confederate grey weeks, but I don't have that. But I think it might be okay on the feldspar. Or it might even be okay on the oaken. I don't know. Probably not. But I had to order that, which is why I got those threads, and then I got all the call for threads for this one as well. So that's 2 starts this week in my little project bag with my little farmer needle winder. And what else have I got now? Oh yes, that's right. So besides those 2 starts, I still have to do Magical Stitches homework for week 5. Year 3, week 5 has come out today. I had a quick look just before, and it's something to do with the boggets. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I know I think it was 500 stitches on something that you find scary and 500 stitches on something you love. So have to think about how I'm going to work that 1,000 stitches. There's also the Stitch Mania March Madness sale still going on, so I'm trying to, where I can, do those challenges with my stitching. There's, as I said, goat load for Emily C's birthday sale till the end of the month, and then I'm starting the sheep loving sale. Then on the 29th of March, Ms. Oh So Crafty is starting her birthday sale, and that's over in the Stitch from Stash group. So I'll be sort of trying to work something in with all those, and she's given some good challenges each day, which I should be able to hopefully fit in. That goes from the 29th of March to the 4th of April, so that's good. And then I think that's it for plans. I don't have a lot of haul. I did get those that Have You Any Wool and the threads for that, but seeing as I'm stitching them, I don't think I have to count them, so that's okay. They don't go against my stitch percentage, I hope, anyway. I also got my latest Picture This Plus, which is a 28 count Lugana, opal Lugana called Crystal Mesa, which is a really pretty orangey sort of colour, which I should have taken out of the plastic, shouldn't I? I wonder if I quickly do it now. Hello, Mitt. What are you doing, girl? Good girl. So yeah, just a nice sort of orangey, pretty orange. Very pretty. So there's that one. And I've also got my latest Jodery fabric. This is the March limited edition, and this is called Green Dragon, which is really pretty. Really nice, soft. Actually, I shouldn't say soft. It's actually a brightish green, but like a soft green. It's not an emerald green. Sort of a dark mint green, I suppose. And of course, my threads. And that's the limited edition one there with the blues and greens, and then they're just all the other ones that I get. And I'm about to be attacked by dogs and cats, I think. Hello, mouse. What you doing? Stay there. Good girl. Stay there. Come on. Come on. Say hello. Good girl. I just got to finish this, okay? Yeah, I just finish this and then we can have a cuddle. Okay? Good girl. So, given that I have a visitor now, and you can just see her little poppy head. Yes, can't you? Hello, my baby. Good girl. I will, I'm about to have a cat jump on my lap, so everything's probably going to go flying. So I better just quickly say goodbye. I think that's probably all I had to say anyway. I've gone through haul, I've done whips, I've done a finish, I've talked about start. So I think they're pretty much it, Mitts, aren't we? Yep. So I will sign off now and say goodbye, as we do. Yes, that's right. Good girl. And I will see you again soon. So hopefully I'll get back to record in a couple of weeks, and hopefully I'll start getting back into updating Instagram. I keep forgetting to put things on Instagram. I managed to do it on FlossTube, on what's it called? Facebook. But that's as far as I get. So hopefully I'll get back into my Instagram stuff, and then there'll be regular updates again. But until then, happy stitching. Have a great week or weekend, or whenever it is that you see this. It'll probably be a couple of days by the time I've actually got around to update loading it with the editing and that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'll see you in a couple of weeks anyway. So take care, and I'll see you soon. See ya. Bye.